This is the ÖBB Railjet, probably one of the most iconic and well-known European trains. Capable of speeds of up to 230 km per hour while maintaining excellent comfort and reliability, it's one of Europe's most liked trains. Crossing most of Austria and also into neighboring countries, this train is a popular choice for long-distance train travel, and today we're gonna check it out as I travel in the stylish first-class seats along Austria's busiest main line from Salzburg to the capital, Vienna. Our journey begins at Salzburg Hauptbahnhof, the main station of the fourth largest city in Austria. Opened in 1860, the station has now grown into an important junction between various Austrian railway lines, as well as an important junction for services towards Germany. And as I'm running a little late thanks to a delay from a train from Germany, let's quickly head inside the station before our train departs. So let's quickly consult the departure board and find our departing platform. We'll be catching the combined Railjet Express service that goes to both Vienna Airport and Budapest Keleti over in Hungary. Access to most of the station's platforms as well as station facilities is in the underpass leading to all the platforms. This is where you will find the station's waiting room as well as toilets. And if you have a first class ticket, you can also use the ÖBB lounge to wait in when it's open. And if you want to upgrade the regular waiting room to a budget lounge, you can buy the drinks and snacks in the station's sparse supermarket. And if you haven't already purchased a ticket, you can do so at the ticket machines. And as we head up to the platforms, we can see some of the varied train traffic that serve this station. Here you see traffic from ÖBB's regional trains operating to many local destinations around the Salzburg area. But for local services towards Germany, Bayerische Regionalbahn will take you to München on their regional express service. And the Railjet's main competitor, private rail company Westbahn, also operate loads of services from here towards Vienna, as well as to a few other key destinations such as München or Bregenz. Anyway, it's time to head up to our platform, where we'll be catching our Railjet service bound for Vienna. Make sure to pay attention from which part of the platform your train will be departing from, because here in Salzburg they like to use the same platform for multiple trains. However, as our service consists of 2 combined Railjets for a total of 14 carriages and 2 locomotives, it takes up the entire platform. Just make sure you're boarding the right part of the train if you're heading further than Vienna main station. And it seems like our Railjet set had some issues today, as it was operating with an extra ÖBB Taurus locomotive attached to the front of the control car. So for the train fact segment, I'll just borrow this fully functional Railjet set on the other side of the platform. These Railjet trains consist of 7 permanently coupled train carriages with a cab car at one end, and at the back they are pushed by a Taurus locomotive. The whole thing was built by Siemens from 2008 onwards and can operate at speeds up to 230 km per hour. And with less than 2 minutes to scheduled departure time, I think it's about time we go and get on board the train. So if you need a ramp or help with the steps, you'll have to contact ÖBB in order to arrange assistance. Anyway, here we are in first class. As I'm today traveling on an Interrail pass without a seat reservation, I can just grab any free seat. Seems good to me. And just like that, our train starts moving here from Salzburg Hauptbahnhof a minute behind schedule at 16:08. And now, as we navigate the tracks taking us out of the station and on the line towards Vienna, I think it's about time we take a look at the route map for today's journey. Railjet Express 165 starts all the way over in Switzerland at Zürich Hauptbahnhof and makes several intermediate stops as it navigates its way over here to Salzburg Hauptbahnhof, where I joined the train. In Salzburg, an additional Railjet train set is attached in the form of Railjet Express Service 565. Now we continue as one combined train from Salzburg, making stops at Linz, St. Pölten and Wien-Meidling before Wien Hauptbahnhof, which is as far as I'll be traveling. This is scheduled to take 2 hours and 25 minutes to cover the distance of 311 kilometers, giving the train an average speed of 128 kilometers per hour. In Vienna, the train split. One part will go to Vienna Airport, with the other crossing the border to Hungary and terminating at Budapest Keleti. The initial part of our journey is fairly slow as we traverse the original parts of Austria's western main line. This part of the line is yet to be upgraded and realigned to allow for higher speeds. So now that we are traveling away from the mountains and hills around Salzburg, I think it's about time we take a look at the seat. I picked one of the solo airline style seats. At your seat you will find a large tray table that was pretty sturdy. There's also a seat pocket with the magazine and menu. Here you'll find the footrest, which had seen better days, it was quite sloppy. There's also a tiny, almost pointless bin. Under the seat you will find the recline lever as well as power outlet. The recline simply slides the seat a bit forward. The winged headrest and a great balance between padding and ergonomics makes for an excellent seat. All this together makes it a really comfortable way to travel across most of Austria and much of Central Europe. The train also features free, easy to connect to Wi-Fi that connects you with just a few taps. It's also pretty fast too, so good job ÖBB. As we get closer to our first stop, Linz, we will pick up the speed as the terrain is less hilly, allowing for higher speeds along the rail line. And after a good amount of time running at 200 km per hour, we approach our first intermediate stop, Linz Hauptbahnhof. As Austria's third largest city, it's an important intermediate stop where most train services call. But it's not long after, we are on the move again. And here we can really see the full length of these double railjet sets as we curve out of Linz Hauptbahnhof. After Linz, a lot of the original western main line has been upgraded, with a mostly new alignment allowing for trains to travel at 200 km per hour or above for most of the route towards Vienna. So before we get there, let's take a closer look at the rest of the train. Up front in the cab car you will find the highest offering on board this train, which is ÖBB's business class. You can travel in these massive comfortable armchairs for just 15 euros on top of any first class ticket. But let's continue down to first, where we are sitting today. Here you will find seats in a 2+1 layout, with one section dedicated as a quiet zone. You can see this by the green headrests. In the vestibule is where you'll find the toilets. So let's go and check them out. And if you love Austrian flowers, I guess you'll love this place. The door is easily locked using this knob. The flush was working. You'll find hand sanitizer, and there was plenty of toilet paper. The water was also working when you pressed this button, and so was the dryer. There was also stock soap, so ÖBB, I will give this a thumbs up. Next we continue into the regular first class area, where seats are also mostly in airline style with 1+2 layout. However, there are a few tables. You'll find space for luggage in the middle of the carriage, as well as above the seats. So let's head down to second class and check out what that looks like. One thing I've always found a bit strange about these railjets is the information point, but I guess it makes the train crew a bit more visible compared to having them in a closed compartment, as is common on other trains. But hey, you can get free newspapers here. And the information point is also located close to the accessible seating, which you'll find here. It's also part of first class. With the rest of the carriage being the restaurant car. There's a little bit of seating here, as well as a buffet counter. In first class, there's also offered at-seat table service, which we'll take advantage of a little later in the journey. The rest of the train consists of second class, which comes in an expected 2+2 layout. There's a good mix of airline-style seats, but also a few table bays. In the middle, you'll find space for luggage, similar to first class. These seats are also very comfortable and pretty good for long journeys. It's also in second class, you'll find the bike rack. And there's also a quiet area here in second class, where you can see it by the blue headrest. Back at my seat, we are now approaching our second stop, St. Pölten Hauptbahnhof. And as you can see, the daylight has now almost faded. As an important transfer point and the administrative center of the Lower Austria state, most of these Railjet Express trains call in this city with just under 60,000 people. And as we now depart for the last bit of our journey towards Vienna, I ordered a beer from the train staff in first class. The dining car offers an extensive menu of meals, drinks and snacks that can all be served at your seat in first class. The full menu can also be found online on the ÖBB website. And now as we arrive in our first stop in Vienna, Wien-Meidling, I'd mention that there's also a Czech version of this train. It is largely identical and used on the Prague-Vienna route and beyond. And ÖBB have also this year introduced the next generation of Railjets. They look awesome and feature level boarding unlike the original one. Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to review it on the channel. And now, as we are on the final approach into Vienna's main station, Wien Hauptbahnhof, I just have to say I find these Railjet trains truly excellent. It's not the most flashy train, and it's probably not the true best train either, but it's just a very solid product. It's comfortable, reliable, well designed, and has all the amenities you'd expect from a long distance train. And with tickets starting from as little as 30 euros in first or 20 euros in second class if booked in advance, it's hardly expensive either. But as I was traveling on an Interrail pass, I just jumped on board using the pass, no reservations needed. And here we are, arriving into Wien Hauptbahnhof around 15 minutes behind schedule. And as mentioned, this is where the train split, with one part heading to Wien airport and another one going to Budapest, so this is your last chance to make sure you're in the right part of the train. And with the front part of the train now ready to go to Budapest, it's time for me to tell you that if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, as I try to post a new video like this every Sunday. You can also follow me over on Twitter at IntercitySimon. I usually post live from my travels over there, so it's a great place to get a sneak peek at what videos might be coming to the channel in the future. Thanks for watching.